I welcome all of you, dear friends. We are going to talk about the timeless message of Bhagavad Gita. Bhag means the Lord himself. Vad means spoke. Gita means song celestial. So it's a song celestial spoken by Lord himself. That is what is the literal meaning of Bhagavad Gita. Everybody on this planet wants peace and happiness. Peace and happiness is the goal of every goal of life. But in spite of that, we are most intelligent and least happy species. And that's why Bhagavad Gita becomes extremely relevant, because it teaches us the path to reach permanent peace and happiness in life, not temporary, permanent peace and happiness. From India to Australia, from Australia to London, from London to New York, every part of the world, go and ask any parent, what do you want for your kids? What kind of life you want for your kids? They will say, we want peace and happiness for our kids. How to get it? How to get associated with it? Bhagavad Gita gives the key to it. Chapter 3, 4, and 5 of Bhagavad Gita talks about Karma Yoga. Chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita is the Gita summary, and chapter 1 is introduction. Chapter 1 introduction, chapter 2 is the summary. Chapter 3, 4, 5 of Bhagavad Gita talks about Karma Yoga. So today we are going to talk about Karma Yoga as an instrument of permanent peace and happiness in life, of liberation in life. So Gita has 700 verses. We are going to talk about chapter 3, 4, and 5 now. Karma Yoga. Karma is made up of a Sanskrit root called kri, means action. It also means results of the action. So when you say karma, it means action, and the results of action also is karma. Yoga. Yoga is derived from the root yuj, to connect with self, to connect me with myself, and to connect me with Supreme, both. So karma means action and results of action, both. Yoga means connecting me with self and Supreme, both. So what is Karma Yoga? Any action that takes me towards self and Supreme is Karma Yoga. So every action is not Karma Yoga. Only those actions which will take me towards Supreme and self is Karma Yoga. So how to convert our ordinary actions into Karma Yoga? Because Karma Yoga is the art and science of peace and happiness. We are going to talk about it now. So what is Karma Yoga and how to install it in our life? So divide your life in 3 major aspects. First is called situations. Second is called actions. And third is called results. Situations, actions, results. In Sanskrit, you call it situations as prarabdha. That happens to you, that comes to you. A set of circumstances in which one finds himself or herself is called situation. Action in Sanskrit is called purushartha. My response to that situation is my action. Third is results. In Sanskrit, it will be called as karma phala. The outcome of that action that I take is called karma phala. So divide life in 3 facets: situation, action, results. Now let's go deeper. Let's first talk about situation. So 3 things in situation we need to be very clear about. First, know what is in the situation is in my control and what is not in my control. Being very clear about it, first thing that we should be very clear about it is what are the things which I can control and what are the things which I cannot control. So let me tell you, whatever you see around, I'm going to ask you 6 questions. You may need to answer me. Thumb up means you can control. Thumb down means you cannot control. If anybody of you can switch on the camera, it will be easier for me to see you whether your answer is correct or not. And then I will tell you whether you can control that situation or not. Otherwise, also you can write in the chat box so that I can follow. In chat box, if you are writing it, you may need to write, if you want to say control, you need to write C. Not control, you need to write NC. Whether can you control this or you can't control this. Fine. So first question to you. You may write chat box but you may need to answer within 3 seconds. No longer time, 3 seconds. Fine. First question. My past mistakes, can you control or you can't? If you say you can control or you can't. Perfect. Everybody of you, I'm waiting for your responses in chat box. Very good, very good, very good. The right answer is, I can't control. It has happened. Second question. My upbringing, the way I am being raised, the way my parents have raised me. Can you control it or you can't? Yes, the right answer is I can't control it. Perfect. Third question. Job security. Now it is tricky one. Can you control or you can't? Job security. The right answer is it's completely in my control. Job security is a state of mind. If you feel secured, you are secured. If you don't feel secure, you are not secure wherever you go. Next is my job targets. In my control or not in my control? My job targets. Quick, quick, quick. The right answer is not in my control. When you do business, you decide your own targets. But when you do job, your bosses give you the targets. Let's go further. Next. Question number 5th. My results. My results. In control or not in control? Perfect. The right answer is not in control. You can only influence your results by your hard work, but you can't control it. The last question. My promotion. Can you control or you can't control? The right answer is you can't control. So the first point that we need to understand is know very well in life what you can control and what you can't. This is first point in situation. Second, see the situation as it is. Whatever. Don't see situation in the pair of opposites. When you say pair of opposites means don't call it good or bad. Don't call it I like this and I don't. Don't call it fortunate or unfortunate. This is just a situation. You need to deal with it. Like in war, they don't have any problem room. They have just a situation room. A situation to be dealt with. So a karma yogi never calls something good or bad. It's a situation. Doesn't color it with pair of opposites. Because when you put it everything within good and bad, then for good, you get more longing for, bad hurts you. In both cases, you get emotionally disturbed. Third thing that we need to take care in that is no would, could, should. No would, could, should. I would have done that. I could have done that. I should have done that. These things only bring misery to us. Bhagavad Gita chapter 2 verse 11 says, Gatasun agatasu na anushochanti panditaha. Whatever has been done, whatever has happened, and whatever has not yet arrived, intelligent people do not worry about both. Because whatever has gone, let bygones be bygones. And whatever has not yet arrived, your imagination will unnecessarily put you in pressure. So 3 things that we need to do. Once you are clear about it, then what we get is called Samatvam Yoguchyate, verse 48, chapter 2. Samatvam means equipoised mental state. So you remain relatively more balanced. Like we all are homeostatus. It means we can adjust our temperature. We can maintain our temperature inside, irrespective of the outside situation. Similarly, we need to be mental status also. Should be able to maintain an inner balance, irrespective of the situation also. Like Rumi, a famous philosopher, used to say, out beyond the ideas of right and wrong, there is a field. There is a field beyond calling people right and wrong, good or bad. There is a field. I will meet you there. If you really want to be peaceful, start seeing beyond good, bad, ugly, beautiful. See things as they are. This is first is called situation. Once you understand in that situation, there's certain things which are not in my control. Then you will also know that there are certain things which are completely in my control. And then when the things are in my control, second is actions, purushartha. Now give your 100% to whatever is in your control. It also has three facets. First, giving 100% efforts. Giving your 100% in whatever you can control. This is very much important. Michael Phelps, a famous swimmer, Olympian champion, 23 gold medals. When he himself was the Olympic champion, he gave an interview and he said, I used to wonder, I'm the world champion. How can I improve now any further? And then he realized that he was making one mistake. And what mistake he was making? While he was swimming, he used to, for a couple of microseconds, he used to see the competitors, how much his competitors are behind him. And he said, I realized while I am looking back and seeing to the competitors, my focus is not 100% on my efforts. And then he realized, and that day onwards, he stopped looking at the competitors and he started focusing on efforts only. And he broke his old records. But again, the same question came to him, how can now I improve all the more? Then he also thought one interesting thing. He said that I realized that while swimming, for a couple of microseconds, I come over the water level and see how far is the objective, the end line from me. When I'm seeing the objective or the end line, those microseconds, my focus is not on my efforts, but on objectives. And even that is a deviation, he said. And he said that I feel at times goal itself becomes a big obstacle in achieving the goals. So it is very much important to withdraw all your attention and put it in the efforts. This is what Michael Phelps said. And Gita says, chapter 2, verse 47, Karmani eva adhikaraste. Only one thing is there in your control, that is what you do. What happens to you is never in your control. If you keep on thinking about what happens to you, why it happened, you will remain miserable throughout your life. So focus on what you can respond to it. Point number one, give your 100% efforts. Second point, give your 100% focus. Not only efforts, focused efforts. When you're doing it, you should be 100% involved in it. Either you don't do it, but if you're doing it, nothing else should matter then. If I will either not do it, if I do it, then it will be my best ever. So how will you know? It should be the last thought when you go to sleep in night. Whatever is your objective, it should be the first thought when you wake up in the morning. If you are that much involved, it means your focus is 100%. Third point, 100% self-control. It is also must. What do we mean by 100% self-control? Upholding every promise that you do to yourself. If you said to yourself tomorrow morning onwards, I will start doing yoga, then do it. Deadline means either you are at that line when you decided, or you are dead. This is what deadline means. Make a plan and live your plan. This is what it is. So 100% self-control. Uphold every promise that you do to yourself. It is very important, because if you default any promise with yourself, it is what you call that you lack self-confidence. So these three things in Purushartha we need to do. And that leads to another definition of yoga in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 50. Yoga karmashu kaushalam. Then you will become skilled in whatever you do. 100% efforts, focus, and self-control. Whatever you do, you will become skilled. Yoga karmashu kaushalam. The skill, the dexterity in action is also called yoga. So first is in situation, samatvam yogyuchyate, mental balance. In this physical balance, yoga karmashu kaushalam. Whatever you do, you are skilled in that. Now, last part, component left is karma phala, result, the outcome of what you do. Like Michael Phelps. So he understood it that I should stop looking at the objectives. Then what should I do? I should count my hands. How many strokes does it need to reach to the objective, the goal, the last line? And he used to jump into the water and count his strokes and done. He never used to bother about the results. So first lesson about this is accept results as it is, whatever comes to you, because you have no other option. Results are never in your control. You give your best and leave the rest. So accept results as it is. As they say, Inshallah, God willing, Jaisa Ram Chahe, in different languages. God willing. I give my best, God willing, I succeed. God willing, I may not. So when you succeed, you get filled up with gratitude, because you know there is certain higher forces that applies on you. It's not only your effort, there are some higher blessings also. So you get filled with gratitude rather than arrogance that I did it. And when you fail in case, again, God willing, some higher forces doesn't wanted me to succeed. That's fine. So you won't go in depression. So you will be balanced in each cases. In Hindi, in Sanskrit, it is called Isha Krapa. Ish means Lord, God. Krapa means blessings. Blessings of the Lord I succeeded. But if I fail, it is called Ish Ichha. God willing. God wanted me to fail this time. That's okay. This is how I've lived my life. That way you become balanced. No arrogance, no depression. Second point to take care in that is no mental dependency on results. If you are mentally dependent on results, your life will be a roller coaster ride. Today results are good, you are very happy. Tomorrow results are bad, you are sad. Today you got promotion in time, you are happy. Tomorrow you didn't get, you are sad. Today your beloved smiled at you, you are happy. Tomorrow relationship broke, you are sad. You will be just like Nifty. You will be just like Sensex. Very vulnerable. You never know what will happen to you tomorrow. What kind of life it is? Such vulnerable life. Because you're depending on something that is out of your control. Anywhere, if you depend on anything which is out of your control, you'll be miserable for sure. Whether it is a relationship, person, results, or whatever. So second thing is no mental dependency on the results. And the last is effortful effortlessness. Effortful. Give your 100% efforts and leave it. Effortful effortlessness. First you do your 100% effort and then you forget about it. Let the results come to you, because this is what happens. This is in Sanskrit called Nishkama Karma. Karma, Nishkama. Nish means without. Kam means bounded desires. That I want this only. This is called Nishkam Karma. No such musts in life. This or I'll be unhappy. This or I'll be unhappy. And that becomes problem in life. So effortful effortlessness. Give your 100% and then enter into the zone of effortlessness. When you fire a bullet, your control is till you focus and put the trigger on. But whether bullet will hit the target, it's out of your control. So focus on what is in your control and leave what is not in your control. You may learn it from Fleming's left-hand rule. Remember that left-hand rule? Fleming's left-hand rule we used to learn in physics. This is my way. And now how we can learn it in Karma Phala? This is my way. I thought my life will go this way, but it's not going this way. This 3 fingers represent highway, H-I-G-H, highway. My relatives, my mother, my parents, my society, other around thought that I will do this much. But today when I see my life, neither my way happened nor highway happened. So neither I have done this nor I have done this. Then neither my way happens nor thy way happens. Then what is the rule? Thy way is happening. So when in life neither my way happens nor highway happens, it means thy way is happening and thy way is always correct. Thy way is never wrong because we have limited intelligence. We used to smile at some relationship once upon a time. The same relationship made us cry after some years. So we have limited understanding. What we thought good later on appeared to be bad, and what we thought bad later on appeared to be good. Some things happened as a blessing in disguise. So we have very limited intelligence. And this is why the moment you understand this nishkama karma, give your best and leave the rest, then the third definition of yoga in Gita, chapter 2, verse 53, samadho achala buddhihi. You get single pointed focused mind. Ab imagine a life, no mood fluctuation. Samatvam yogi uchyate, balanced state of mind. Yoga karmashu kaushalam, whatever you do, you are perfect in that. And very fixed and focused intelligence. Samadho achala buddhi. These 3 things will equip you to start the journey towards self. It is must to go for the journey towards self. In verse 41, chapter 2, Lord Krishna says, Vyavasai Atmika Buddhi, a mind which is still. Bible says, Jesus says in Bible, be still and know I am your God. If you are not still, you can register nothing. Even if you are listening to me and if you are cooking something, you can't register what I am saying. At least not in the same spirit. And that leads to, makes a person Atmavana. One person starts the journey to realize himself. Now I'm going to give you a small questionnaire so that you will know where are you in this journey. So take out your pen. I'm going to ask you very simple questions. Every question you need to give marks out of 10. 10 on 10, if your answer is exactly you do this, you are exactly like that, it means 10 on 10. No, I'm not like that, 0 on 10. At times I'm like this, at times I'm like that, 5 on 10. Fine. If you agree with that, 10 on 10. If you don't, 0 on 10. And if you are in between, give 5, 4, 3, whatever you want to. First question, take out your pen. Question number 1. I know that what I can control and what I can't. And I never get confused in that. I am very sure, question number 1, that what I can control and what I'm not. And I'm never confused in that. Give yourself marks on 10. If at times you get confused, give 6. Generally you get confused, give 4. And always you are confused, give 0, whatever. Second question. Whatever I control, I cannot control, I accept it gracefully. Whatever in this life which I can't control, I accept it very gracefully. Whether my beloved says no to me, whether I don't get promotion in time, whether my results are wrong, whatever I can't control, I accept it very gracefully. Do you do that? Give yourself marks. Question number 3. I remain calm in both good and bad situations. In best and the worst times of my life, I was balanced, completely calm. When best was happening to me, I was not elated with joy. When worst was happening to me, I was not doomed in depression. Like this. Give yourself marks. Think. Question number 4. I don't see people as good or bad. I never use such vocabulary. He's a bad person. He's a good person. No. People are people as they are. I don't see people as good or bad. Question number 4. Now, question number 5. I don't feel sad about past bad incidences. Whenever I look back to my memory lane and I see things were not good, I don't feel bad about it at all. Whatever happens in life happens for good, period. Are you like this? What you do, please mark on the basis of that, not what you think actually. What you actually do in your behavior. Question number 6. I don't worry about future. I don't worry about future. Give yourself marks. Done? Perfect. These 6 marks are the marks of your situational control. Now, next question. Question number 7. Whatever I do, either I don't do it, or if I'm doing it, I give my 100%. Whatever I do, I give my 100% into it. Wherever, whatever I do. Give yourself marks. Do you always do it? Write down. Question number 8. The task in hands, whatever task I'm doing, becomes the last thought when I go to sleep and is the first thought when I get up in the morning. Give yourself marks on 10. Quick. Question number 9. I remain completely focused in what I do. Whatever I do, I remain completely focused. Give yourself marks on 10. Question number 11. Question number 10. Time flies and even I lose myself when I do my work. Time flies and I lose myself also. I get so much involved whenever I work. Give yourself marks. Question number 11. I uphold every promise I do with myself. I uphold every promise I do with myself. Question number 12. I plan my day and I act on plan as it is always. I never fail my timetables. Quick, give yourself marks on 10. These from 7 to 12 are the questions for your actions. Now, 13th question. I accept good and bad results alike. Whether good or bad results, I take it alike. Question number 14. Once I am convinced with the task, I don't think about results. If I am convinced with the task, I get focused in task and I don't think even about the results. Give yourself marks. Question number 15. After results, I neither repent or rejoice. Whatever results come, I never repent. Or I don't get too much elated. Give yourself marks. Question number 16. My happiness doesn't depend on the kind of results I get. Good or bad, my happiness never depends on it. Even if the results are bad, I'll remain happy. Question number 17. I give my best and leave the rest. Is it your attitude in life? Give yourself marks. Last question, question number 18. My mood does not depend on the results. My mood doesn't depend on the results. Fine. Perfect. So now you can total it later, but if your marks are between 0 to 30, it means you are raw. If your marks are between 31 to 60, it means you are scrolling on the path of yoga. If your marks are between 61 to 19, it means you are walking on the path of yoga. If your marks are between 91 to 120, you are walking fast on the path of yoga. And if your marks are between 121 to 179, you are running actually on the path of yoga. And if you got 180 on 180, then you are fit to be a Karma Yogi very soon. So you can total it later. Let's summarize what we discussed. We discussed Karma Yoga means, it is in chapter 3, 4, 5 of Bhagavad Gita. Karma starts from Kri Dhatu, that means action and the results of action. Yoga from Yuj root, from connect with self and supreme. So any action that takes me towards self or supreme is called Karma Yoga. Not every action is Karma Yoga. Only specific action becomes yoga. So what are those specific actions? For situation, 3 things. Know what is in my control and what is not. Second, see situation not in pairs of opposites. And third, know would, could, should. And this is what we call Samachvan Yoguchyate, be equipoised mentally. Second, in situation, Second is in actions called Purushartha. First is give your 100% effort, give your 100% focus, and give your 100% self-control. Yoga karmshu kaushalam. Dexterity in action becomes yoga. And third is about results. Karma phala, outcome of those responses. So first is accept results as it is. Isha karpa, God willing. Surrender. And another is no mental dependency on results, and effortlessness, called it nishkama karma, that leads to samadho achala buddhi, single pointed buddhi, that leads to a person becomes atmavan, self-focused and ready to get liberated, at least on the beginning level. So this is a small introduction of karma yoga.